Welcome back to The Cabin Podcast. I'm Andrea Belke.
And I'm Megan Christian.
The Cabin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Counties Association and the WCA Group Health Trust. How are we doing, Megan? I can't believe it's mid-December.
I'm feeling great. I'm so excited for Christmas, and all the snow is just fulfilling the holiday vibes. So
yeah.
I'm loving it.
Have you gone to any Christmas festivals or anything?
I have. The one that I went to passed already, but the German Christmas market in Oconomowoc is one of my favorites to go to. They have the Christkindl market set up, and I was freezing, but I persevered, and I went all but one day. So I had my good bit of fun there. Went on Wednesday, and they had normally they have all polka bands, but this year they had a band from Nashville, Tennessee there, and they were really good. I was dancing with my grandma. It was awesome.
Aw, that's cute.
What about you?
I filmed in Oak Creek. They do some Christmas stuff, so did some filming for Oak Creek, getting into the Christmas vibe, light the square. I also went to another Packer game, so that has nothing to do with the holidays. But I've been out in the cold. Yeah, I have been in the cold. Yeah, and I'm kind of loving it. So we thought that today we'd cover some of the winter festivals because obviously, we've talked all about the wacky festivals. You have all the fun ones in the summer, but there's actually a lot of winter festivals in Wisconsin.
A lot of really fun, unique ones too. Not necessarily wacky, but I think that there's some fun ones that you guys will definitely want to go to. So get your notepads out and your pens, or just take some notes on your phone. Get ready because we have a lot in store for you. But we also have a very special guest today. I don't think you guys have seen him for a while. Blaze, when's the last time you were in here?
Oof. Like 3 years, probably.
Oh,
wow. It's been a long time.
Okay.
So for those of you not familiar, we have Blaze Davis in the Cabin Podcast today. He is one of our videographers here at Discover Wisconsin. And me and Andrea are always on shoots with Blaze. So it's super fun to have you in here.
Yeah. Because we knew we needed somebody that's been out in the trenches, that's been to these festivals. And you have. Okay, right away, I'm curious because, you're always, lugging camera gear and filming. When it's the winter time and you're filming, how much harder is that?
Oh, it's so much harder because I can't have my hands out. It just instantly freezes over. It feels like my skin just cracks, and it just sucks to stand out there. But it's always we're filming fun stuff, so it makes it worth it.
You guys are troopers because I remember you and I did Mineral Point. I think it was a year ago now, or 2 years ago even. But oh my God, I just felt so bad for him and Alex. They're can't even move their fingers. Every time we got a chance to stop in a store, we were stopping, and people were so nice. They're like, stay as long as you need to warm up. But I love that.
I mean, when you go on a shoot, you have to be prepared that you're going to be filming for, hours and hours and hours. It was a rookie mistake, but when I first started at Discover Wisconsin, one of my first shoots, which is a festival we'll talk about, the Knickerbocker Ice Festival, I showed up in jeans. I was wearing jeans and almost like a boot, not a winter boot.
Fashion over utility.
Not a winter boot, just a cute boot. And I was absolutely freezing. It was miserable. And now, if you see me on a winter shoot, I might be in snow pants.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you at all because I was on the German Christmas market last year. And it was so cold. Me and Eric were standing inside the tent with our feet on the heaters because I just did not wear good shoes at all. I had tennis shoes on with holes in them, and I had to buy alpaca gloves there because mine were just not cutting it.
Yeah. So if you go to these festivals, definitely prepare. I mean, there's heated vests, there's the hand warmers.
They even have heated scarves now. I might invest in one.
Nice.
I gotta look at that then too.
Yeah, you need those.
Well, let's get into some of these festivals. So, Christmas is only a week away. So you really don't have a ton of time for some of these, but I wanted to mention them. So a few, I actually have not been to this one, but I think this one is one, if you're in the area, it could be really fun. Christmas at House on the Rock.
Trippy.
Have you been to House on the Rock?
I've been to House on the Rock. I didn't know they did a Christmas thing though.
Yeah.
Oh, what do they do for it?
Okay, so it's kind of crazy. So sections 1 and 2 are transformed. So if you know House on the Rock at all, section 1 is the Alex Jordan Center, and Alex Jordan created House on the Rock. There's the Gatehouse, Original House, and Infinity Room. That's all section 1. Section 2 is the Mill House, Streets of Yesterday, which I love, Heritage of the Sea, Tribute to Nostalgia, Music of Yesterday, Spirit of Aviation, and the Carousel.
That is my favorite section.
Those two basically are just kind of transformed into to like a Saint Nick, like says Saint Nick takes residence, 6,000 collectible Santas of all shapes and sizes.
Creepy.
So, I mean, imagine the carousel all decked out in Santas.
Well, all I picture is the doll room. So I'm trying to imagine that with these little Santas, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Just put Santa hats on all of them.
Yeah. Probably. Ooh.
Yeah. So, I mean, House on the Rock, I think, is a must-see in Wisconsin. I don't know if it even needs all the Santas. It's just so overwhelming. I mean,
very eclectic.
But it was one of my favorite things I did this summer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can go and check that out. It's through December 28th. It's closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but they say allow 3 hours to get through. It's like $28 for adults, $16 for kids.
Yeah.
So that could be a really fun one.
That's definitely a place where make sure you take a good car there because there's a lot of back roads, so you don't want to get stuck. But that sounds fun. I like it. Can you you and Blaze, tell me about Knickerbocker a little bit? Because I haven't been to that one.
Yeah, so that's not a Christmas festival.
Oh, I guess that's just a winter one.
Yeah.
We're hitting Christmas ones first.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can like hit the other Christmas ones.
Yeah,
quick.
let's hit the other Christmas ones.
So here's another, if you're thinking of Wisconsin and all the kind of famous stops, Cave of the Mountains does something. They do Cave of Lights through January 31st. So it's the Midwest's only annual holiday light show held in a cave.
Fun.
It's not a ton of caves in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There's a handful. And, it's good at all hours since obviously the cave is dark.
Yeah.
So seems like a really kind of fun thing to do, extended hours. So that's $25, December and January, and children is $16. Another thing I saw, and I mean, a lot of people do this, but, in many Wisconsin towns, you have drive-through lights, or you kind of go around the neighborhood and see all the amazing lights. But there's a Christmas drive-through lights. They claim to be the boldest and biggest, in quotations, Midwest biggest, brightest drive-through light show. That's in Caledonia.
Oh.
I feel like I would beg to differ on that one, but I kind of wanted to talk about it later, but I can talk about it now, I guess.
What do you think?
I think that the Janesville Rotary Botanical Garden is above and beyond that one. They have over 2 million lights on that one. Festive displays, holiday cheer. They also have a Christmas market that goes through December 23rd. And they do walkthroughs from 4:30 to 9 p.m. If you want like specific days, you can look on their website too. But that one is just stunning, insane. You don't even know what's happening around you because there's so many lights. You've been to that one,
I've
right,
been to
Blaze?
that one, yeah.
What were your thoughts?
That was crazy. Like for what Janesville is, I love Janesville, but like you wouldn't expect that many lights just to be in that area.
Yeah.
And driving through, it's really stunning.
Yeah, because you can do either too. And I know they have different packages. So you can either just buy your tickets, you can do tickets and an ornament. Some more information for an adult to get in, it's $15. Kids 3 through 12, $5. And then you can also do the free ride on the trolley in Janesville there. So it makes stops at the Botanical Gardens, the Rock County Historical Society, different downtown stops. So you can kind of bounce around different places to eat and shops. And then the Woodman Center for Sports, which they have, I think it's the Janesville Jets there with hockey and everything. So you can kind of really make a fun day out of it, I think. And I would say the lights probably take about an hour-ish, if
you
that.
can get through it quick.
So just a fun thing for kids too. And the fact that they do have the Christmas market going through December 23rd is really cool because you just get all the holiday vibes.
Mm-hmm. Growing up, did your families decorate your houses?
Yes. Yeah.
You did like lights and stuff?
Yeah, we went really above and beyond when I was like, I guess more small, little. What is even the correct
I was more
grammar for
small.
that? When I was little. I guess I should have just said that in the first place. Like we had a little like reindeer light set up in the front and the all the Jesus things. I don't even know what it's called.
Nativity scene?
Yes, the nativity scene.
Thanks, Blaze.
But then as I grew up, my dad got so into those LED lights that you can just keep up all year round, save money. And then like, the little projectors that you put out and they blast like red or green on your house.
Oh, so your family went pretty hard.
Yeah. I mean, not as hard as some people go, but it was still fun to have lights up. I have them up at my apartment now.
Oh.
Even, so
wait, what about you, Blaze?
We just had like one of those, was like 2 different LED deer things, and the one head would like move up and down or something, like it was eating the grass, but that was about it. But like some other people in our neighborhood, they went all out. So we always did like the driving through the neighborhoods things, and seeing who just put all their money into that.
Mm-hmm. Did you? Because I feel like your house, it was in the country, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't really...
Yeah, I mean, we would. I kind of, when I was a kid, my parents would a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything crazy, but they would always they somehow, I don't know how they got it up there, but they would put a lit up cross on one of the trees at the very top.
Yeah.
And that was always cool. And I always love that kind of when you're driving around in Wisconsin in the country and you just see this cross. It's like so eerie. It's like off in the distance on some like top of a hill and like a huge pine tree. And you're like, how did that get up there? You know?
There's a house in Oconomowoc. It's like one of the historical homes, and it's a big white mansion. The way they do their Christmas decorations every year are so beautiful. They have these giant ornaments sitting on their deck, beautiful lights just strung up around, wreaths, bows, the whole shebang. I love looking at Christmas lights. So awesome.
Yeah, well, there's obviously a ton more Christmas ideas and events that you can go to, but just to kind of give you some ideas. But is there any other Christmas ones you have?
Yeah, I do have one. So it's called, if I say this correct in German, everyone has to give me a high five. Waldehaus Gingerbread Festival. This is in Kohler. So it means a house in the woods. It's located along the Sheboygan River. And just some information on it. It was a tradition of Bregenzerwald. I don't know what that means. It's like the forest of Bregenz in Austria, which is the homeland of the Kohler family. So they basically recreated it here in Wisconsin. But in the winter, it goes until December 30th, they have a gingerbread festival. So they have live music every day with singers, choirs, other live music. It starts at 2:00 every day, and it's free, so you can vote on your favorite gingerbread houses, and they have different age groups, so you can see like the little kids, the teenagers, and then the adults who get super into it, I'm sure. But the prizes are kind of good. So first place, and each age bracket gets a prize. First place is $500.
Not bad.
Second is $250, and third is still $100. So I think that's pretty cool.
Do you have a certain amount of time? Probably a certain amount of time.
No, so you have to like drop it off. I think drop off is the day before this episode comes out. So this is just for anyone who wants to see them. You won't be able to enter your gingerbread house anymore at this point, but you can plan it for next year. But yeah, they drop theirs off, register and everything, and then it's on display for that whole time through December 30th. So
cute.
Kind of a cool thing. And then when they don't have the gingerbread festival going on, there's tours available, so you can kind of see the Austrian style. It kind of looks like a Hansel and Gretel house on the inside. It's really cute. So yeah.
That's really unique.
Yeah, I thought so too. When I found it, I was like, I don't know of anything like this in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jump into some just winter festivals. So if you want to plan ahead, I think one that, a lot of people know about, but maybe you haven't been there, the Lake Geneva Winterfest and Snow Sculpting event. So this is major. I know I have not been there, but I know Blaze has. So if you filmed there?
Yeah, I filmed there, I think 2 different years.
Okay. So yeah, set the scene for us. If you've never been to this, like, what is it like?
So you got the nice Grand Geneva Lakeview building right there, and you're walking up to this, I forget what the park is, but it's like right by the main street. Riviera Park, yeah. So it takes place all in that area, and then like kind of spreads out a bit depending how big it is. But they just get these giant, like, they take all the snow from the streets and then they put it in these trucks, load it up. They like, I don't know, compact it or something weird. And then they have these like little walls that they set up just all around in like sections in the park. And then they fill up using the snow that they got from like the roads and all that.
Yeah.
And compact it down. So it's just these giant like snow blocks that are like, I forget how much they weigh. It was like 4 tons or something, I think.
Holy.
And
geez.
You have all these teams from around the, I think, nation, but maybe outside the nation too. Like I know there's like Alaska people, North Dakota, Idaho, Montana.
The best snow sculptors in the country.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's just like groups of like 5 to 8 people or something, I think. And they have their designs that they come up. They like plan the whole year before, whatever, what they're going to do. And then you can see like the little like just illustrations they have. They'll have like a picture of what they want to put up there, like kind of outside their area. So people walking by can be like, oh, this is going to turn into this eventually. And it's like, I think you have like 3 days to do it or something, 2 or 3 days. As soon as they start it, and then you can just keep coming back. We went there like I think every day to like film just more progress. We followed one group around, and it's crazy just seeing how much they can do in such little time too, because they have like all their tools, and it's like just this whole 3D cube. but then it's like
it turns into
wrapping
literal art,
like ropes, and it's like someone had like a fish that was like jumping out of the water, and it was like the water strands were coming through, and it's like
how do you
I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then it's like it's 3D too, so I don't know how they're getting in some of these things. Like it's insane what these
probably
people
got like
make.
little fish fillet knives in there.
Yeah, well, it's like there's like going almost like a brush, some of them, like some of these tools, just to like do like the super minute details, and I don't know how they do it.
Wow,
that's crazy. Do they have anything else besides ice sculpting then? Or
they
snow
have a
sculpting?
couple different things. I think snow sculpting is like the big festival part of it, but I think they have like probably a market, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Like it's been 2 years I think since I filmed
There's
it. There's
music.
Yeah,
right?
music.
There's music. I saw online
like,
it said like bonfires on the beach.
Yeah, food and drink.
Yeah,
sure.
probably vendors as well.
Yeah, they do something in the Grand Riviera too, I think.
Dang.
Yeah, I want to check that out. So this year
Sounds
it's
awesome.
January 28th through February 1st.
Nice.
So I think that's something, especially when they're kind of almost done, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you live there, you may as well keep stopping in. But if you want to go for a day, like maybe on like the third day,
yeah,
I kind of want to go this year.
Yeah, that sounds fun, and it's not too far away either.
I want to learn more about these sculptors.
Yeah, that actually sounds cool. We should go and interview them.
Yeah, I remember when I went to the Knickerbocker, they also had some sculpting there, and they actually let me take the chainsaw and do a little bit, which was probably an OSHA violation.
Probably. Who knows? Wait, yeah, so tell me about that one.
Okay, Knickerbocker Ice Festival, that's in Lake Mills, February 6th through 8th. So yeah, these are ones you can kind of plan ahead for. This was one of my early Discover Wisconsin shoots, and when we first got there, there's an ice bar, and they have beer and drinks there. They have this ice sculpture on the lake. It's Rock Lake, and it kind of looks like Stonehenge, and there's just a lot going on. I know they do a lot of ice golfing. A lot of these festivals, because you're a golf girl, a lot of these festivals have ice golf.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so they had that. They had, I believe it was, I can't remember if it was kickball or softball. Either way, I either hit a ball or kicked a ball.
You had to run on ice?
And so I ran around all the bases, and then
how are you not slipping and sliding?
You are. It's kind of the point, I guess. But they had like a game. I think it's I can't remember if it's softball or kickball. Either way, I mean, kind of similar vibes.
Yeah.
So you do that, and then just throughout the town, there's all these things going on. There's a lot of stuff for kids. They'll have a snowball eating contest, which is ice cream. They have these relay races. There's a fish toss. So it's a frozen fish.
Yeah.
I was very good at the fish toss.
Yeah.
So there was that. There was cornhole competitions. There was a chili. You can go get inside and get chili. I just know I was freezing because I was not prepared. So this year it's going to be a different ball game. I'm going to be ready.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's February 6th through 8th. Super fun. There was also like a royalty coronation. A lot of these festivals will crown a king and queen. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly like the inner workings of that, but I know we walked into a bar and someone was getting crowned as the king and queen. So it was a fun time. It was a cool early shoot for Discover Wisconsin.
I love that. You saying chili reminded me. I have to go on my phone for it because I forgot to write it down. But Oconomowoc has a Chili Fest January 31st. And I know that a lot of other towns in Wisconsin have Chili Fest too. So I'm sure if you look up your local town, they will have one. But I feel like it's such a fun way to meet people and get free food. I loved, my stomach's growling now. I love chili. It's so good. And they also usually at this one have Bloody Mary tastings, a beer garden, and ice skating if the lake is frozen, which it should be January 31st at that point. But that's another fun little winter festival vibe.
I think Gavin knows about one, right? Megan, you were telling me that.
Oh, this is a different one. So yeah, Gavin, let's talk about Winter Carnival.
The Gavin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Counties Association, and this week we are featuring Jefferson County. We talk about Jefferson County a lot on the Cabin, for good reason. You have the town of Jefferson, Fort Atkinson, Sullivan, Lake Mills, Ixonia, Johnson Creek, and more. And of course, Aztalan State Park is in Jefferson County. It was a significant ancient town featuring large mounds and stockades, making it a premier archaeological site and National Historic landmark in Wisconsin. It was inhabited by Native people. You can go there and do a self-guided or guided tour. It's so cool. There's also the Glacial River Trail and many other parks like Rotary Park. Some highlights in the food and drink scene: Stable Rock Winery and Distillery and Bonton Bakery in Jefferson. I know that Megan's a huge fan of their peanut butter and jelly donut. For activities, you also have Twice Baked Pottery, Vintage on Main, and many other boutiques. That's just scratching the surface. There is so much to do in Jefferson County. The Cabin is also brought to you by the WCA Group Health Trust. Serving local governments and school districts, the WCA Group Health Trust partners closely with members to fulfill their employee health benefit obligations in a fiscally responsible manner. Learn more at WCAGHT.org.
So yeah, Gavin, let's talk about Winter Carnival.
That's a fun
the
time.
Union. Yeah. You want to tell me a little bit about it? Because you have kind of seen it before, right?
For sure. Yeah. There's right off of MEMU, there's a inflatable top half of the Statue of Liberty that sticks out of the ice that you can go walk around and see. It's
So
cool.
this is in Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So funny story behind the Statue of Liberty being there. It began as a prank in 1979. So there were these two people running for UW-Madison student government, like president and vice president, I think. And they made it part of their campaign. They said, if you elect us, we will bring the Statue of Liberty to Madison, like to campus. So they then won, and they first brought it on February 22nd, 1979. I think it was like made out of styrofoam or cardboard or something like that, really generic. But then in the 2000s, they decided they wanted to bring it back as part of this longstanding tradition. So now they have a giant inflatable one, and it looks like Lady Liberty is below the lake and just peeking out through the ice. So this is taking place February 5th through the 7th at Memorial Union in Madison. It's mostly free indoor and outdoor activities. I'm sure if you want to participate in certain things, you have to maybe make a donation or pay $5 for a cool drink. But long list of activities. So ice skating, ice fishing, hockey, crafting, sledding, snowboarding, and they end the night with fireworks, which I think is really cool because you don't necessarily get to see fireworks in the winter all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's another fun one.
Yeah.
I remember my freshman year when we went there, they had snow shoveled in on the actual terrace of MEMU, and they had people snowing and skiing up and down the ramp that they made from snow. It was so cool.
Yeah,
Huh.
if you watch the videos, it looks really fun.
Okay, you keep saying MEMU. What is that?
Memorial Union.
Oh, okay, okay. For the us not Madison people, we might need a little.
But yeah, that was the last one that I had to mention. I thought that would be a fun one just for people of all ages, really.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Another place that does fireworks in the winter is Rhinelander, actually, on
Nice.
New Year's. I believe they do it on New Year's Day.
Okay.
Yeah, and so when I was filming there, they were really excited about that because that's not very typical to see
Right.
fireworks in the
Right.
winter. But okay, I have a couple others. So, and I feel like we're not really giving up north too much love, so forgive us again.
Yeah.
We need to.
It's hard. There's so many fisheries up north, too. I'm sure you can find
Bayfield
a
does
ton
some
of
stuff
different
too.
ones. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I know we did like a
Bayfield.
whole tomahawk winter thing, like a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe. It was me and Jess,
Nice.
and they had like this whole lake that was frozen, whatever. They had like all these trucks, all these vendors, and it was like ice fishing competition, I think was like the whole thing it was about. But they had like little markets and whatever, and it was just all on the ice. They would have like little trolleys that would kind of bring you out on the ice. You would park away, or you can like drive your car up on there and everything. It was cool.
Yeah,
I
up
love
north,
that.
you're going to see a lot of ice fishing.
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
been ice fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa is a fishing guide, so
Oh,
grew
okay.
up doing it.
Yeah.
Gavin, what about you?
Never been ice fishing.
Really?
Really.
Maybe that should be our goal. Get Gavin out on the lake this winter.
Don't expect a lot of activity.
No.
It's not, you put it, you make a hole, put the line down, and then you just wait.
Yep.
Sounds like fishing.
you wait for the tip to go up, and then everyone goes tip up, and or whatever you say.
I think
feel
it's good for family friend time.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, I have a couple other ones. So Cedarburg is a town in Wisconsin that does festivals really well. And
They
so,
do.
of course, they have a winter fest. So February 21st and 22nd, vendor marketplace. There's ice carving as well. They have some dog sledding. So it's hosted by the Alaskan Malamute. Is that how you say that breed of dog? Malamute?
I think so.
I think so. Alaskan Malamute Club of Wisconsin. So it's open to the public. You can go and watch the dogs do the mushing.
Nice.
And then this is what it says on the website, right? It says, think your dog has what it takes? Bring them along and let them give it a try. Are you really bringing along a little Frenchie or something?
Oh my gosh. Imagine it's like just slipping on the ice trying to get the sled going.
Yeah, so that seems really fun. I mean, the thing about dog mushing, I don't know a lot about it because obviously we don't have a ton of it around here, but my sister's currently in Alaska doing dog mushing. She's like on a dog mushing like
trip.
Yeah. And I think sometimes if people don't know about dog mushing, you might think like, oh, those poor dogs. No, they love it.
Oh,
no, they're obsessed.
Yeah.
Well, we filmed one for Uniquely last year, and it actually just won an Emmy this year. Little humble brag.
Snaps.
But that was like the big thing. It was like, what are like the misconceptions with this? But this one girl that we were filming, her and her husband, it's like a forever home for them. So even like the retired sled dogs, they just have the place to stay there forever. It's like this big fenced in open area, and you can hear them when you're coming up. They are very excited, but you go in there, they're all jumping around like when they're waiting to go on the sled and everything. And they're getting like 5 feet air. Like they're jumping up there.
They're so stoked. They live for it. Did you get to go on it?
Well, we kind of did like a little truck follow behind thing. So it was supposed to be like the whole like tournament, but there wasn't enough snow. So we like switched the story around a bit. So we were doing like a training session with them, and there was like a little snow on the ground. So they were able to do not the sled, but it was like they had like an ATV type thing, so they could still get like the routes in and practice. And we were on like a different truck behind them and next to them, following them, and those dogs were moving.
They love the cold too. One of my neighbors has one of those dogs, and it's always sitting on its balcony, like even when it's cold out, because they love it so much.
Yeah, there were a bunch of videos I remember last year. There just was like a trend that went viral where people would show their dog outside, and like people, because sometimes people will complain about, I can't believe you're leaving your dog outside. They're like, do you realize that this dog wants to be
this
like, we're giving him the choice.
Yeah,
he wants to sit outside.
Yeah,
because
like lay in the snow and bury itself.
Yeah. So that's unique, just right in Cedarburg.
Yeah.
And then they also have a restaurant soup contest, which just seems really cool. I think I'm gonna go to this one because I always love going to Cedarburg.
Yeah.
So local restaurants compete for the honor of best soup. You can sample a variety of these soups, and then it's a great way to also just be familiar with more restaurants in the area. And Cedarburg has a lot of good restaurants.
Yeah.
Another thing they have, which is really unique, bed races. So
like mattresses?
I was trying to find it. I'm assuming it's mattresses because I think like a full bed, but we'll have to maybe go check it out. But teams race decorated beds, it says. Doesn't say mattresses, it says beds, but I don't know.
When is that one?
This is February 21st and 22nd. So teams race decorated beds down frozen Cedar Creek, competing for speed and creativity. So that's cool. They also have Granny Impersonator Bingo, which don't exactly know what that means.
Granny Impersonator?
So is it somebody impersonating a grandma? But it's like a twist to bingo.
Are they like talking like this?
Does everyone doing bingo dress up as
Are you the impersonator?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I guess it's just like
27.
So yeah, I guess they have a lot of really unique stuff there. So that's a good one. February 6th and 8th, there's the Hudson Hot Air Affair.
Yeah, this looked really interesting.
Yeah, so the 2026 theme is Skywalker's Return to Rock. It's an annual hot air balloon rally. There's ice fishing, kids activities. They put up the big air balloons, and it's just a cool festival. So that's in Hudson.
Yeah. This might be a dumb question, but would it be harder to fly a hot air balloon in the winter? Because aren't they like risen by heat?
I think it just depends on like the wind. The heat is what makes it rise, and then they like don't do it so it goes back down. And
that's like what I wondered though, just because it's so cold out. Is it going to take that much more extra heat? I'm going to look this up
Yeah,
later.
I'm not too familiar with the hot air balloon
scene.
Yeah. And then another one, February 7th through 8th, is Fish Creek's Winter Festival. It's in a big heated tent.
Yep.
And they have, food and vendors. And then they have this very famous stump fiddle contest, which I don't know too much about because I haven't been there, but it does seem to be like a huge draw. So I guess like the people that are really good at the stump fiddles come and compete, and seems fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Those all sound like a lot of fun. I'm excited. I definitely think I want to go to the Cedarburg one. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So that's just a few. I mean, obviously there's way more than that, but we just kind of picked out some, you know, I feel like if you check your local towns and Google festivals, there's probably so many chili cook-offs and
check your Facebook events. That's where I always find what I'm going to do for the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of getting in the, you know, the middle of winter here and it's in full swing.
Yeah.
Do you have any other kind of festivals or events you're wanting to check out?
Not that I can think of. Still got to do the Madison drive-through lights at Olin Park.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to check out the Lady Liberty now. I
Yeah,
had no
you
idea
have
that was
to.
a thing for the 4 years that I've lived here.
February 5th through the 7th. Gotta check it out.
All right. Well, that's just a handful.
Yeah, let us know what we missed, obviously, in the comments, and maybe we'll have to go check some out too. But that's all we have for you on the Cabin Podcast today, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Welcome back to the Cabin Podcast. We have another behind-the-scenes look at an upcoming Discover Wisconsin episode. This time we have producer Lindsay Hayes and host too in the cabin. So how's it going, Lindsay?
Hi, ladies. Good.
You lost your voice a little bit.
I did. As you can see, I'm wearing a little Packer gear. So in Packer form, I was at the game yesterday and I was cheering very loud that we beat the Bears. So please bear with the voice. I did not know I was going to be on the podcast today, but here we are.
That was a crazy game. I mean, we could go on and on about the Packers this year, but we do have to talk about your upcoming episode that is coming out this week. So Forest County, what do you all explore in Forest County?
Well, our focus with this episode was let's go and off-road and see what the county has to offer as a great destination for UTV riding. But we quickly realized as we were putting it together, there's so much more to Forest County, just as the rich history and the traditions of the people that live there. So how can we kind of combine all of that into one episode? So we go to 3 communities, Carter, Crandon, and Wool Lake. And while we're there, we not only get to meet the local people, but we also dive into the indigenous tribes that live there. So Forest County is the only county in the state of Wisconsin that actually has 2 federally recognized indigenous tribes living within the same county in unity. And it was wonderful to meet all of the people, hear their stories, and find out about what each one, like the Potawatomi, the Keepers of the Fire, and how their traditions and values are centered around that. And the Sakagan Chippewa community and how they're the protectors of water. We went wild racing with them, and just to kind of see so many families gathering together and celebrating, getting the youth to understand the traditions and those values. We went to a powwow. It was so much more than just about off-roading. But I do also believe that the off-roading in Forest County, I would move it up to one of the top 5 places in the state of Wisconsin for the best trail systems. You are on tribal lands for a lot of it. And one thing that we will know about our tribes, they are protecting the earth as it is. And so these cut trails are very remote, gorgeous. You are in the woods. You do not have, everything is pristine and left as is. So when you're driving by the lakes, there aren't 100 cabins around the lakes. It's a true lake with a gorgeous waterfront and a bunch of trees, you know, and the same thing in the woods. So I think their trail map doesn't do it justice because it shows a lot of them as roads. And I'm like, most people would never call this a road. They would say this is an authentic trail for a UTV.
Yeah.
But they do say logging trucks and trucks could go down there. So yeah, it was fun.
So would you say that Forest County is kind of a hidden gem then?
It is. And another cool thing, I don't know if you're familiar with like an albino deer.
Yeah.
But I like go and try to, like, I think if I did that, it's like winning the jackpot, you know? And they had in Forest County at a farm near Blackwell, a rare white bison.
Wow.
And so we got to actually get up close and meet the bison and get footage of that. So check it out in the show. But I think you got to go see it for yourself to actually say, and they have so much, you know, there's their values of how special that white bison is. But to hear that story, and I really felt like out of all the shows I've done this year, I learned a lot. And that's the thing that I think is so special, that we met people, but I learned a lot. And I think we can all do that with our travel, is to try to meet locals and like learn from them. What is their story? What makes them tick? Why are they passionate? And that was like super cool in this episode.
This is cool. And you got to do a lot of these hands-on activities.
Yeah.
What is the wild racing?
So the wild racing, we went out with them during harvest and watched, you know, it's crazy how it's two people in a canoe and one is kind of steering as you go and the other is, you know, taking the stick and knocking the wild rice off into the bottom of the canoe. And then we came back and we watched, you know, as they started the process of drying the rice and just hearing the values. And the other thing, I'm a big outdoors person. And I really think that the biggest message I took away is that we have to protect the outdoors as is. These waters are so crystal clear and protected, and there's no motorized boats on them. And to have those crystal clear waters grows the best wild rice.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a no-brainer when we look at it, right? To have like good food, we have to have good things to grow the food in. And so I learned a lot from them, but just to understand their respect and love for it. And then we had bonfires and they all gathered together. I felt like they were one giant family reunion and I got to be along for the ride. So
Lindsay, this was a great teaser.
It was good.
Because I mean, obviously we do a lot of cool stuff on Discover Wisconsin, but like hearing you talk about this, I'm like, this is so unique.
Yeah.
And how cool that you got to experience it. And I'm excited for everyone to see it. So thank you for telling us about it.
And one more thing, you have to also, Keegan Kincaid, pro off-road racer, we got to get a VIP experience with him at the Crandon International Raceway, the big house. So if you love racing, you know Keegan, and he's a local homegrown Crandon guy, and he gave us the VIP tour. So there's a lot wrapped up in this episode.
I love it a lot.
How do you fit that in 20 minutes?
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lindsay. You guys make sure you check it out on streaming December 17th and on broadcast December 20th and 21st.
See you next
week. If you're looking to make the most of winter in Wisconsin, start in Waterford at the Village Ice Rink, located in 10 Club Park on 1st Street. It's the perfect spot to lace up and glide. And if you don't have skates, no worries. Ice skate rentals and a concession stand are open Friday evenings, Saturdays, and Sundays, making it an easy and fun outing for all ages. Then on February 7th, head to Burlington for the Hot Cocoa Walk and the Wisconsin State Ice Carving Championship. Sip your way through downtown as sculptors transform ice into incredible works of art. And new this year, don't miss the ASDA-sponsored Family Fun Area, packed with icy games, hands-on activities, and even a sparkling ice throne for the kids. Wrap up the month in downtown Racine at the Chili Ice Walk on February 28th, featuring ice sculptures, warm chili samples, and plenty of downtown fun. From skating to cocoa to chili to some of the coolest ice art you will find, winter is calling. Plan your visit now. At Shop Discover Wisconsin, we celebrate everything that makes the Badger State feel like home. From cozy apparel and outdoor-ready gear to gifts inspired by your favorite Wisconsin adventures, you'll find something for every season. And don't forget, enjoy 15% off your next order with the code CABIN15. Shop local, shop Wisconsin at shopdiscoverwisconsin.com.
Today's episode of The Cabin was hosted by Andrea Belke and Megan Christian and produced by Andrea Belke. Audio engineering and video teasers by Nick Cardarella and Megan Christian, with social media by Megan Christian. Production support by Gavin McLean. The Cabin is a production brought to you by Discover MediaWorks. To learn more, head to discovermediaworks.com and don't forget to leave a review.